we're going to replace the cartridge for this leaky faucet. Here are the tools we're going to need. A little wrench, screwdriver, Phillips, real flat, and just a little paper plate with a hole cut here. That'll catch the excess water dripping down so it doesn't go into the back. This is the actual cartridge we're going to use. Okay, first we're just going to take the cap off here, just decorative cap here. Just comes right off, just have to pry it a bit. Don't use a screwdriver to scratch it. You'll see the screw right there. I'm going to unscrew that Phillips. You can see it all right. Just be a second. Pretty loose already. So we're just going to unscrew it. After unscrewing it, we're just going to pull that out. Pull the sleeve like this, out like that, a little corroded there. And then we're going to take the face screws off here. Now I'm taking this off just because I don't want to scratch it when I'm turning this around to take the cartridge out. Technically you wouldn't have to, but it's wise. Two things I recommend while we're taking it apart. Plug it up so you don't lose any screws down there in the tub. And then lay out your pieces. Once you've unscrewed it, just pull the plate. You may have to take a razor blade to cut the caulking here, but usually they'll come right off. And this is what we're going to work on next. We're going to unscrew this. See, I'm going to go counterclockwise and unscrew this piece right off. Once you've loosened it, it pretty much just unscrews. And see? All that's left is the cartridge. In this case, some have a pin you pull up and puts in. The old ones like this, they don't. It's just plastic, so I'm going to take a screwdriver here and I'm going to pry the plastic this way and underneath this way. You can see the drip right over here. This all will come out as one unit. Now be sure you've shut the water off for the main part of the house. As I say, this is a good time to shut the water off to your house if you haven't. It's time to do it from the outside of your house like this. It'll look like this. There's your meter. But what all you want is this piece right here. See it? I'm going to just turn it. And I've made the arrow go that way, to the left, in my case. When you open it up, you turn it like that, and it goes back. We'll do that when we finish. This shuts the water off for the house. Arrow going away. Okay, now that the water is off, but just in case there's a little drainage, I take this paper plate I cut, like this, just fold it a little bit, like there, and just put it in there, as best you can. Mostly just want to drain the water dripping from here down into the tub, and also in case there's some from the shower head, right down here. As opposed, you don't want it going into the wall. Now, as I mentioned, in this case, we're going to take the plastic piece here, and then a screwdriver, and we're just going to pull it out, slowly but surely, like that. And we do the same thing for the bottom, and we're going to just pry it out slowly but surely, this piece. In some cases, you could just pull them out. This one is an old rubber one, and we have to pry it, that plastic piece right there. And we'll show you in a minute what that looks like. As you can see, I'm just prying it over here as much as I can. This side, do the same thing on the bottom. Between this edge and this edge, just prying it, because this is just one piece. Okay, I've pried it pretty far. One of the tricks they don't tell you about is just screw this back in like this. Remember this, how I had the handle in there? The knob? Screw that just like that, because this is how you're going to pull the cartridge out. This is just plastic, you'll ruin it. And even the brass ones, you don't want to mar them up or do any damage. So, put this in here, boom. Now the brass ones in general are strong enough that you could yank them out and you'd be okay. But these old ones, made of plastic for the cartridge, you don't want to do that because if you strip that, it gets stuck. So yeah, we're going to just pull like this. Got the screw in there, and I'm just going to pull the vice grip. I'm just going to use the seal came out nicely. That's all it is, that's your cartridge. That's what it looks like inside. We're going to put a new cartridge right in there. That's how simple this process is. And see, the drip is covering it, so we're going to make a mess. We have inserted the new cartridge container. That's all there is to it. Nothing fancy. Look for the notch on the top. See that notch? So it matches up with this notch here. And you're all set. I'm going to push it right in. Like that. I'm just going to push it in a little bit like this. Bottom side. There you go. I want this to be flush. See? So it's just where it was before. Okay. Now we're just going to put everything back. Remember this collar piece? I'm going to take a wrench and tighten that up. Okay, nothing too fancy. Clockwise, please. And tighten. Here. Let's tighten that up. You know you've tightened enough if that plastic piece is flush all the way back there. You don't want any leaks or anything like that. Okay, I tend to clean things off as best I can on the inside because you're not going to get access to that for a while. And do as much as you can on the outside as well. And I think you're safe enough to get the taper out now. Put the plate back in. Screw everything back. This is just standard. Just screw it all the way in. A second or two. Make sure these are nice and tight because that's going to be part of your seal here. Some people caulk it here as well. This is in pretty good shape. See the grooves here? We're just going to match those up where the piece inside has a little notch. And now just put the handle on. See? Back of the handle. Hook it in. Screw it in like that. And just screw it on tight. It's going to keep everything nice, firm. Don't forget your decorative cap. Arrow like that. You're done. You've just done a Pfister, Price Pfister cartridge. Thanks for joining us. There's our finished product.